Okay, the live Zoom workshop on relationships and how they relate to healing and how to tie it all together from that aspect of your life, that area of your life, that essential of your life. It's one of the most important, one of the most powerful, and one of the most affecting things we have in our lives that we don't go into, we avoid, or we just don't have any idea how to interpret the responses and then what the hell to do. So there are a lot of questions and a lot of concerns coming in. I just want to address them here because some of you might be thinking and feeling the same things and wondering the same things. So is it only dealing with romantic relationships? No, it'll be just how you relate to anybody or anything, your relationship to you with you, and then you with whomever. If it's a romantic partner, if it's a spouse, if it's a child, if it's a pet, if it's a plant, if it's family, if it's friends, if it's colleagues, we're going to get hit at all. Is it for men only? No, but I'd love to see you guys come into this because from a male perspective, there are a lot of things that we are ignoring or chalking up to being the cause of other things, and it's just not the case. But no, it's for both men and women, both perspectives. The tools and the changes and the shifts and the opportunities to do these things will come from both ends of things. So plus it's kind of great for both sides to hear and be able to sense and see and look at signs of how the other is responding. Again, whether it's romantic or whether it's just friendship, or a child or a parent or whatever it's going to be, or a colleague. Again, just to be able to notice, sense, see, to then know what questions to ask, or then know what your role could be in addition to the work that you would need to do on your end of things. And then somebody asked, is it, again, I have addressed, will it help with parents to children? Of course. And what would be cool, God, if we could have understood this or seen this or even just had any concept of this as a teenager or as a child growing up, to even understand this would have been cool, because it would have helped to have made sense of a lot of the things you were exposed to then see where they were coming from an honest standpoint, and then to know what we could do moving forward from all ends of things. But we are going to get into spotting sensations and symptoms even in relationships, how to spot them early before the water starts boiling, as Dr. Cassie says, or before the body starts screaming. It'll go from a whisper to a scream. How to spot this, how to tie it into your systems, how to factor in your energy budget there, how it affects digestion, how they affect muscle with your training, how to change these elements to fit the work you're going to do here. And then finally, and nobody's doing this, being able to reprogram, rewire, not just mind work, but in a way that, again, I haven't seen anybody touch this way we're going to go about it, to be able to make changes to the greatest depths to a stimulus greater than anything that's caused damage in the past. And here we're going into some things from mom and dad, or traumas or accidents, or so this is very, very, very critical, serious. And again, nobody's blending this other aspect in. They're just changing mind, or they're just changing beliefs, or they're just going into a single system of the body, like hormones or immune or muscle or detoxing, and we can't. You have to factor it all in together. So this is going to be comprehensive. Again, if you do a full eval, we go into this in depth, because it has to be a part of this. Even if it's just something as simple as increasing your performance, you have to increase muscle. That's for everybody, and what affects muscle relationship can be one of the biggest things. And then tactics and techniques and tools on how to go into this, to identify and then reshape, restructure, reconfigure, redesign, reprogram, and just be able to make sense. And that's the biggest thing, is if we can understand and be able to make sense, you still don't have to do the work, but then you have a choice, and then it makes sense, and then you can communicate yourself, and then there's none of this confusion and abandoning and things not said and loneliness. It all makes sense. It doesn't mean everything just works out how each person wants it to go, but when it makes sense, then you know where you can go to do the work, then you still have the option to do the work. And if you don't want to, you're not a bad person, but to understand that you can, and it's here if you want. And again, I've said this many times, because there's people that don't want to start up with me, because once we break down everything, they're afraid, because then there's no more excuses. And they're like, well, then it's on me, and I just don't know if I'm ready to go to that level of change. I'm like, stop. Go into this so you know where to come from. You understand a lot more about what's going on. And then you saying deliberately, I know what I could do. I know why my body is responding this way. Or I know why their body is responding this way. I know my level of involvement. I know exactly what I need to do to change it. I'm just not going to do that. That ownership alone changes your physiology entirely, to where you will heal even with that, even purposefully not doing the work. It's completely different than just hiding in ignorance. Because again, we could hide in ignorance, sit in the sun, and we're still going to burn. It's like, nope. Sun's not, evil sun, evil body's attacking me, but I'm ignorant to it all, and you're just cooking. There's that, or that your body's wrong, their body's wrong, both of you are wrong, somebody's right, and then it's just it's the confusion and the hurt that comes with it. And to come from a place that, 1, is true with how the body works, 3, makes sense, and then 4, you got your part, I got my part, we got our part. We want to do this? No? Cool. Let's not. Instead of these country music songs being written about all these people that are just blasted and hurt, and you listen to it, and it's like, well, if he would have just explained himself there, but he doesn't know how to explain himself because he doesn't know why he's responding that way. He doesn't know why he feels that way. And if she would have just said this, then, and it takes out country music songs, and they make for some of the greatest songs, but some of the greatest poems come from some of the greatest hurt, and that sucks. And that's the part where this is being fueled from. I don't like that. I don't like experiencing hurt. I don't like hurting others. I don't like hearing other people hurting or having hurt others. So this is where this is coming from. Reach out, info@TommyJohnIII.com for the Zoom workshop on relationships and healing in relationships and how it applies to everything else in your life. How to spot these things, and then how to change finally. Like applicable, being able to do it right freaking now. And again, if you want to go full, this is an aspect of it, but you want to go full. The full eval hits it all and ties it all together. No stone left unturned. There's no time limits. There's no topics of division. But this was so important that I'm not doing a disservice, as I've said, by doing it in a group format. It's still going to be effective, because I won't do anything in a group format if it takes quality away. That I will never do. So reach out if you're curious about it. It's October 4th at 2 p.m. Pacific. For those who register for the live at that live rate, I will give everybody who either attended or registered and couldn't attend a 7-day replay of the live as soon as I download it afterwards. Get me your questions and concerns. If you have questions and concerns before you sign up, let me know. I'll go back and forth with you. I had a couple this morning. So looking forward to seeing everybody there. This is a powerful one. Oh, and I'm also going to bring in a lot of my own personal experiences with this. Personal experiences, personal healing responses, personal effects, and then things I've changed, things I'm continuing to change, things I will continue to change, and then my attempts on it and how I string it together, and then some other wins, and then some things that I'm continuing to go through right now. As I participate, because I got to play by the same rules, but I got my poetry with it. So looking forward to seeing everybody there.